Hello, everybody. Hi, and welcome to the Sports Channel. We're a sports channel now, and today I'm going to start with the sports. We're going to start with the sports because football is back, and that's what we're talking about today. If you know, yesterday was the Hall of Fame game between the Browns and the Jets, and totally I am recording this right now because obviously I know who the winner is, and I didn't pre-record this on Wednesday. Obviously, the winner was
Cleveland Browns,
and they won with the score of
21 versus 16.
I'm totally happy and or sad reflecting. Look, okay, I pre-recorded, okay? Leave me alone. Because I'm going to be busy and I pre-recorded. Also, it's the Hall of Fame game and it's a preseason game. I don't actually care about the game. I'm just happy that football's back. Yes, I'm going to watch it. But it's preseason. I promise them during the regular season I'll be more up to date. But yeah, football's back. I'm so happy. It's the mark of normalcy for my life. If you go to my Twitter or X, as it's now called, or whatever, stupid bullcrap, I tweet about football all the time. All the time. Like that is, I send like warning tweets like to all my friends who don't care about football, just letting them know like, hey, it starts now. So if you want to mute this channel because you don't want to hear about football for the next until February, here's your fair shot, or your fair shake of a warning. And don't blame me when there's just nonstop tweets constantly happening. So as far as like Vikings news, as far for the preseason, everything looks pretty good from what I'm hearing. It looks like our offense is pretty stellar. Addison looks solid. He's making some plays. Obviously, JJ's out there running around like a crazy madman and making sick catches. KJ looks solid. And our defense apparently, and I know it's preseason and it's just spring training, all that, or not spring training, it's just practices and stuff. It's not spring training. Made a mistake. But they, it's just preseason. And we don't know until they're actually out there. But it seems like Brian Flores has helped this defense immensely. And I'm really excited for it. And honestly, if you took the Viking season last year, we didn't need top 10 defense. We just needed top 20 defense. If we're honest. If we're honest, we just needed top 20. Because what we had was like last in defense, and that wasn't helping, and we somehow still managed to win 13 games. If we had just even 20th, a lot of those close games don't happen. A lot of like the stuff Vikings, I want to believe, pull away a little bit more. They get a few more stops. They get a few more, takeaways and stuff, and honestly, like, it just would have been better. Instead of winning 11 one-score games, we might win 8. Or even 7, and then feel a little bit more comfortable about a few others. But, it is what it is. And we also might not have been blown out by Dallas by 43. I'm still salty about that. No, it's not alcohol, I promise, it's water. But, you know what? Hey, the defense, honestly, all I want is be above 25. Even maybe like 22. Let's just improve. We'll push the needle a little bit. We have a lot of rookies at corner. But I mean, from what I'm hearing, Scene looks really good. Caleb Evans has been making some plays. Murphy has looked solid. Obviously, we don't know until it actually starts happening. It's nice that we have Danielle Hunter back. Dalton Reisner. I've been following him. I've blanked on his name, but Dalton Reisner, he's a guy from Denver. He would help out a lot on our offensive line. If he can prevent, and especially because he's going to be an interior guard, he would help Kirk Cousins not get hit every play. And with O'Neal and, with our tackles, they're really good. And we can just get even just like one or two better guards, even just getting, Reisner in there, we'd be really good. So, we have Darisaw, O'Neal on the tackles. I mean, even TJ Hawkinson is a really good blocking tight end. Obviously, we prefer him in catching because he's a way better catcher. But, we've got a lot of pieces there. And honestly, I think people kind of let their emotions get the best of them because even I love Thielen. I love Thielen and I love Cook. Honestly, Cook, if you didn't like what the Jets had to offer, just come back, baby. Just come back. Baby, come back. Just sign for a lower price. Split time with Madison. You're like one of the few guys who I'd actually take back willingly. I know you don't want to sign for a lower price, but come on, baby. Come home. Thielen I love Thielen. He's a home guy. Hometown guy. We know the story. He wasn't getting open. And Addison looks leagues better. Leagues and miles better. And he's going to help out the offense immensely. And no, I didn't want him to go. But honestly, we got a really awesome pick in Addison. And I think, this is going to be... He's going to be 3, and KJ's going to be 2. And I wouldn't be surprised if halfway through the season, we see Addison take over. And KJ return back to 3. But honestly, I've also been seeing, they might just run, 3 deep set. And honestly, I wouldn't blame them. Let's run a 3 deep set. Just go 3 go deep. We'll just run TJ underneath. Pick your poison. Someone's going to catch it. So, this is going to be an exciting season. There's a lot to look forward to. Denver and Gents, apparently, in week 5. Apparently, all of a sudden, that's going to be a game. Because Sean Payton's talking a lot of shit. And I don't know why he's talking a lot of shit, but he's talking a lot of shit. And, maybe it's because I didn't like him from the Saints days, but it's just who he is. And I don't even hate Russell Wilson as a person. I genuinely hope he has a bounce back year. And I get that he's cringy and all that stuff from last year and all that stuff. I don't care. No, because that game shouldn't be as talked about as it is. And it's only talked about because it's getting blown up by Sean Payton. What can you do? And obviously Aaron Rodgers clapping back too. And it's just what Aaron Rodgers does. Do I miss him in our division? No. Please go to the Jets. Please go far away from our division. I'm tired of looking at you. On the Packers. Speaking of which, I'm going to try to keep it as even keel with the division as possible. Yes, I have my thoughts on the teams, other than the Vikings. But I will acknowledge that, Green Bay, there's a lot of talk on they don't know what they have, and they don't. They don't know what they have in Jordan Love. They have some pieces like Watson and stuff, and obviously they have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. And that defense can be good. It also can be bad. Very, hit or miss. I think they have the pieces to be a lot better than people think. I also could see them being, just another 8-9 season, which is okay for them, I think. And not even just because I want them to be lower than the Vikings on the record board. I just genuinely think if the Vikings were in the same situation and I didn't know what we had in our quarterback, and you tell me we're going to win 8 out of the 9, we're going to go 8-9, I'd be like, all right, fair, that's fine. At least we're competitive. And I think that's respectable. Just be competitive. That's all you can ask for your team. So if they go 8-9, I think that's a huge win for them. I think that's a massive W. And obviously they can go better or they can go worse. We don't know what we have in Jordan. They don't know what they have in Jordan Love. So they could be, he could be really good. It would be really annoying. It would genuinely be really annoying if the next quarterback after Favre and Rodgers is also really good and he becomes another long-term generational starter. It would just be so annoying. I'd be so tired of it. Why are the Vikings cursed with quarterback issues? Please. I don't want it because I hate the Packers. I just want to so you guys can understand the suffering. Granted, Kirk Cousins has brought stability to the group, but you know what I mean. Before Kirk, it's been a revolving door and it's been a pain in the ass. It's been nice to have at least some stability in the quarterback position, whether you like Kirk Cousins or not. I think honestly, I think Kirk Cousins got a lot of love this summer, which is nice to see. That the show helped him out a lot, so that's good to see. Detroit, I really want Detroit to do well, and I genuinely do. They're the lovable losers. I like Dan Campbell. I think Jared Goff gets a lot of hate for no reason. I think he's underrated. That offense has a lot of, I feel like that offense can do a lot. I wish they stick with Jamal Williams, but hey, I believe they still have Mo Ibrahim, right? Yeah, he's still with Detroit. Okay, good. Mo's a good running back. I watched him as he played for the Gophers, and I'm telling you right now, Detroit's got a good one, but I wish they kept Jamal Williams. I like him. It's sad to see him on the Saints. The Bears, I think they're going to be a good team, and I like Justin Fields. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a little overhyped right now just because his stats just aren't there. His stats are really low, and he's getting hyped up. Kirk Cousins' stats have been really high and has a better record, and he's always been low, obviously now. And obviously I know it's different. I get it. Don't come at me like that. I understand. I just want to see it from him. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see it from him. I bet I know he can be a good passer. I know he's a great runner. Put it together. You need to win more than 5 games. That's all I'm saying. You cannot be 5-20. If they go I think honestly, with how much hype this team is getting, I think if they go even 7-10, I don't know if they would take that as good. I would take it as good, because it's an improvement. I don't know if, with how much expectation that's around that team, I don't know if they're going to be happy with a 7-10 season. Maybe I'm wrong. Bears fans, tell me that I'm wrong. You can tell me that 7-10, you'd take it. Honestly, they could win the division too. I think the division is going to come down to the 3 teams that at least look that we know about that should be at least competitive are the Vikings, Bears, and the Lions. And that's where the division is going to come down to. Maybe Green Bay if things go really wacky and zany. But I think it's going to be... I don't know. I don't think you can sell me in any one direction more than the other, I guess is what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a pretty close race between the 3. I wouldn't, one of them, 2 of them might miss out and they're only going to be a game apart, or they're going to be 2 games apart, It's going to be close, I think. I think it's going to be a lot closer of a division than people realize. But, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Also, I just rambled on for a bit. I want everyone to know I know my fair share of football. I'm also just a dude. I'm just a fan. This is just my stuff. Don't take it take it with a grain of salt. don't get too riled up on my stuff. And I'm gonna say that a lot because this is stuff I've either know or I think is true or from what I've looked up, but I could be wrong. And if you want, tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Try to do it respectfully. That's all I ask. But, can't control you. But I think it's time to get to the part that you all actually want to be here for. That's for Sam's picks. Well, he's not picking anything because it's preseason. But we do have a preseason power ranking, which I will go through. I'm going to tell you why I think each team is in that spot. I think it's a pretty solid list. I don't think there's anything too out of the question. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, it's, just again, opinion, just my opinion from what I've seen from the teams. But again, I could be dead wrong. It's okay. I'm not saying this is just what I think. I don't think it's correct. I don't think it's wrong. I think this is just my list. So, sorry, not my list. Sam's list. Sam came up with it. So you're going to argue with a squirrel. Is what I'm saying. Or you really want to argue with a squirrel? I don't think you do. Don't waste your time. All right. I'll go through his picks and explain why he's picked each team at this spot. So, at number 10, we have the purple and gold. We have the Minnesota Vikings. I think me and Sam believe that this team is not as bad as people are making it out to be. There's a lot of people saying we're in a transitional period because we lost a lot of our starters, our long-term players. They're all old. I'm sorry, I loved all the guys that we let go. Thielen was slow, lost a step. If you watched Derrick Hendricks in coverage, looked lost. Absolutely looked lost. And maybe that was just the bad scheme of the defense. Maybe he's going to do really well in LA. Maybe it fits him better. He looked lost. Cook, he's still a free agent. I think he still's got some gas in the tank. Madison can still do it. Obviously can do it too. We have a lot of good young running backs. Addison looks solid. Addison looks really good. And he's made some really good catches. The only thing I don't like about Addison is he doesn't fit the naming scheme. We got TJ, CJ, JJ. Oop, come on, man. Get with the program. But otherwise, I think this offense is going to be a lot better. And the Brian Flores running the defense can only get... Literally, anyone could run that defense. And I think, other than what we had last year, and I'm pretty sure we could still go up. The bar is low for that defense. It just has to go, step above the bar. And I think Brian Flores is going to step way above the bar. So, 10. Next, Sam has the Miami Dolphins. Offense is pretty well stacked. I mean, you got Hill and Waddle on each side. The defense is really good. They added Jalen Ramsey, which can only get better when they already have Xavier Howard. I mean, if Tua can stay healthy, he's a really good QB. I think he can, that team can at least compete against the Bills. But, they'll definitely be a wild card team for sure, let alone if they win the division. So I think this team, as long as everyone, and you can say the same argument for all these teams, as long as they stay healthy, they'll be really good. Well, yeah, sure. But this offense, I mean, you throw it to either Waddle or Hill and they're gone. So you just got to get it to them. And honestly, I think you could put pretty much anyone back there. But Tua is a really good QB. I think he gets a lot of hate for no reason. So we got the Dolphins at 9. Next, Sam has picked the Los Angeles Chargers. Maybe a little iffy of a pick. This was a little reach. I needed some selling on this. Still not sold on it. I think we could put them at 10. But, you know what? This is Sam's list, so I'm not going to argue. I mean, they have Eckler. They haven't gotten really anywhere with it. I can't believe they haven't done much with Eckler. He's been their offense. He has was it 38 touchdowns in 2 seasons? Some stupid number. Some really high, obscene number of touchdowns. He's unreal. He is their offense. Next, obviously, they have Justin Herbert, who's a good QB. But just that offense runs through Eckler. And the fact that they haven't done anything about that is mind-boggling. Their defense, shaky. It's gotten a little better, I think, but I mean, we've seen them blow games, and whether that's the defense or that's just bad coaching, it's up to you. But we'll see. This team can be good, but maybe 8's a little high. Sam. Next, we got at 7th, we got the Jets, the New York Jets. The defense is already pretty good, and I mean, you got. If Breece Hall comes back healthy, he looked phenomenal. He looked like he was going to be Rookie of the Year before he got injured. It was a shame he got injured. If he can come back and he's healthy, he's going to help out that offense a lot. Obviously, they got Aaron Rodgers. He's a Hall of Fame QB. I don't think they need him to be MVP caliber like he was a few years ago. I think they just need him to be efficient. Just no turnovers, 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I think that is going to get them over the line for a lot of games. especially with how good that defense is. I mean, you got Sauce Gardner out there. I think this Jets team is going to be really good. It's just and Garrett Wilson on as a receiver, Alan Lazard, solid receivers. I think that team's going to be pretty good. I think Rodgers is going to be the last piece they need, and he can go over there, get him out of this division. 6, we got another sneaky one. This one I debated a little bit harder for than Sam did, but we got Jacksonville Jaguars. You cannot tell me that this team is not going to be fun to watch. I really like T. Law. I think he's going to be a really good QB. Calvin Ridley is going to make that offense, man. He looks so much faster. I mean, I'm sure you guys have all seen the video of him running a route and then Christian Kirk running that same route, and Ridley looks like he's sped up, and he's just that much faster, and he's hitting the route exactly perfectly. I think they got around, Calvin Ridley is going to help out that offense immensely, and it was already a good offense. Don't get me wrong, it still had Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, and Ingram, and they're still there. They're going to be really good, and now you're adding Ridley. I mean, there's no excuse for that offense to be amazing. Absolutely unreal. And good for them. I want them to be really good. I really do. I like Jacksonville. I was cheering for them in that 2017 year where they're so close to the Super Bowl. I wanted a Viking Jacksonville Super Bowl so bad. That would have been so much fun. But alas, didn't happen. But it's good to see them. It's good to see them in the right light, especially after that Urban Meyer era. 5, we got Buffalo Bills. This may seem a little low for them, but I think we agree that they didn't really do much this offseason. Yes, they have Diggs. Yes, they have Davis. Obviously, they have Josh Allen, who's a stellar QB. But this isn't obviously working. This offense isn't it's good enough to win you in the regular season, but it's clearly not enough to get them over the hump. I mean, their defense was solid, but I don't know. They're just running the same thing out there, and hoping things are going to change. I don't know. I feel like they should have gone after a receiver. I think there was, a few good receivers that they could have picked up, and they didn't. I'm surprised they didn't go after D-Hop. I thought they were going to go after D-Hop. It would have been nice for them, but I don't know. I mean, this team can win a lot of games, so I mean, maybe they just are getting unlucky, and maybe they'll just get there, overcome it. Because again, that's another team that I like. I think the Bills are a good team, and I like them a lot. So it's nice to see them. It would be nice to see them maybe in the Super Bowl, but there's plenty. The other two teams left in the AFC above them are going to stop them. Next, we got San Francisco. I mean, you got Deebo Samuel and CMC running that offense. That's a good combo. And that defense alone will win you pretty much any game you want. And, they have a few question marks at QB, who they're going to run out there. I mean, Brock Purdy looks stellar. For a 7th round, I mean, he wasn't overly amazing, but he was efficient. And that's all you need is an efficient QB. You don't need a Drew Brees or a Peyton Manning in that offense. You just need a Brock Purdy who's solid, good. He played really well. And Trey Lance is there. I mean, Sam Darnold is there. I don't know who they're going to run out week 1. I think signs are pointing towards Brock. Or no, actually, I thought it was... Man, I don't know. Either way, we'll see. They, as long as that defense is still intact, they're gonna at least be very competitive, because you're not gonna score on that defense. 3, we got Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, Super Bowl runner-ups. As long as they don't have a Super Bowl hangover, they should be fine. Jalen Hurts is a really good QB. A lot of fun to watch. Run and throw. Good offense. They have a really good offense over there. Defense will be strong again. I mean, not much has I mean, team's pretty much the same. I don't see how they can, especially in the NFC where it's pretty weak. I don't see how this is not another NFC, like another Philadelphia San Fran situation in the conference championship. I really wouldn't be surprised because I mean, if you think about it, the NFC is like pales in comparison to the AFC, especially with how loaded the AFC is on QBs and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, pretty sure Philly's gonna be way up there. Number 2, you got the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, that offense again, another loaded offense. You got Jamar Chase, you got Higgins, you got Tyler Boyd. Now they added Orlando Brown to actually help that. The only like struggling piece they had was the offensive line. Now they've improved it. You know, Joe Burrow is an amazing QB, super cool dude. You know, if he's actually being protected and he has time to throw, I don't see how that offense ever has a break. You have 3 really good receivers. 3, like, not only are they like team players, but they all could be pretty much wide receiver 1s. Maybe Tyler Boyd is like a 2, but still, like, those are all wide receiver 1s. And hell, T. Higgins was wide receiver 1 until they got Jamar Chase. You know, those are all 3 really good receivers. That is I think it's safe to say the best receiving room out there in the NFL. And I mean, you know, even the Vikings have JJ, KJ, and Addison, and still is the only one like ultra amazing is JJ. Obviously, he's the number 1 receiver in the league. But this room is all solid. Like all 3 of these guys are in the top 10. I'm pretty sure. If you really wanted to get nitpicky with it, like these are all top guys. So, and then that defense is still really good. You know, so I don't, you know, this team is going to be really, really good for a really long time. And it's nice to see. It's nice to see them have, like, you know, some good years for them. And then, number 1, do we need to even mention it? It's Kansas City Chiefs. As long as Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid are still on that team is winning 13 games. That team is going to the the AFC Championship game. Sorry, but I mean, on one leg, the man dragged a receiving core of Juju Smith-Schuster and who else, really? And oh yeah, the other Packer receiver, the left. I can't remember his name, but on one leg dragged them to a Super Bowl win because of him and Travis Kelce. I mean, this team is going to be really good. As long as those 3 are on that team, that's all you need. They'll get it done. Patrick Mahomes is insane. He's literally insane. Like, I get that he gets a lot of hype, but, like, also he makes the hype. Like, some of the throws he's made. Still to this day, the best throw that anyone talks to him about is an incompleted pass in the Super Bowl where he's lateral to the ground. And yeah, it was an incompletion. Yes, I think it's a little overhyped, but still wicked impressive. And just some of the stuff he does is insane. Again, as long as those 3 are healthy, like as long as the 2 players are healthy, and as long as Andy Reid's the coach, ain't no way. So that's Sam's top 10. Obviously, this is just preseason. This is just stuff from like last year. Obviously, this is going to change. We're going to change it weekly with the games and stuff. Yes, maybe I'm stretching on the Vikings a little bit, but I think I just want to be clear that I think they're getting a lot of shit for no reason. I think this team is better than last year's team. I genuinely do. So, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any comments. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. We're gonna be doing these videos every Wednesday and Friday. Also, make sure, you know, if you do if you do comment with some good ideas, I will, like, I will shout you out. Like, it's, good practice to do. And because if you take the last video where I did the introduction video, I'm looking it up right now. It's Marie Fluffers. I probably butchered the name, but he came up with the idea that I should do some shorts. And honestly, that's a brilliant idea. And I'm probably going to start doing that with like the power rankings and stuff and the predictions. We're going to start doing some, some shorts. I think this one's and so you're going to see those a lot more too on the channel. So, if you got good ideas, then you just shoot them out there, and I'll look into it, and if I think it's a good idea, or if I think it's worth shouting out, I'll shout it out in the next video. So, I want to interact with you guys. I want to be, I want you guys to enjoy this too. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So happy sports is back. Later.